I guess this is 2 weeks in a row where first prayer wasn't good enough.
I know. Like,
All right,
that's why I think
God.
you should have kept it.
It's all right, man. It's AJ.
And Darah. Here we are, deep skydiving.
Skeep diving.
Skeep skydiving.
Yeah.
Deep skydiving, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Deep Sky.
Oh, she got. Go ahead.
I don't know. That's
Go ahead.
not
Do it
really.
again. I missed it.
I don't have much more than that.
Oh, all right.
So, deep skydiving.
Deep skydiving. All right, Father, we just thank you right now for this time, for this moment. And we don't want to even just take today for granted, Father, because there are people who didn't wake up today, Father. And so we thank you just for affording us a new day in life, Father. You know, we don't want to take for granted that our lungs work, that our brains were in our right minds, Father. So we thank you for that. We just want to glorify your name for everything that you are, everything that you're doing for us, everything that you've done, Father. We just thank you. And we just want to bless your name, Father. We thank you for this podcast. We pray that this will be an informative episode. Let it be the best episode yet. I pray that the hearers will be edified by what is spoken, Father. I pray that the words will leave our mouth with clarity and with understanding. And we pray that it builds stronger relationships, Father. There's so much division in the world, especially in our community between men and women. And we just want to be a part of bringing them together, Father, bringing them together for love and understanding. Let us have grace with each other, just like you have grace on us, Father. Let's have mercy on each other, just like you have mercy with us. Just have your way, Father, and I thank you. And anything you want me to hit on?
No, I think you covered it.
All right, so we thank you, Father, and it's in your precious Son, Yahushua's name, I ask you all these things. Amen.
Amen. Well, here we are again. Deep
What you mean?
skydiving.
Again, this is the first time.
It's another episode.
Oh, yes.
Deep skydiving.
That's right. Oh, here we go. Here we are again. Go ahead.
I'm Darah.
I'm AJ. You ain't gonna hit the...
Oh, deep skydiving.
Cause I think you're hot. Sexy, sexy, sexy.
Well, welcome back, and welcome if this is the first time that you've been here.
Welcome back. Welcome back. How come it's in my head now?
Welcome back.
All right.
It was a transference of energy.
It was.
So we are going to wrap up consistency being our
Yes.
last episode.
I gotta read what I put again. All right. So this is what I said. I find that people without solid foundations are the most inconsistent.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
You agree?
Mm-hmm.
So, me personally, I know everybody doesn't believe in God, but them are the ones that I trust the least.
Mm.
So because I feel like they don't have a starting point.
Right.
So I don't know where you're coming from with the ideas you came up with or why you're acting the way you're acting. You have nothing to bring you back, home.
Mm-hmm.
And so even with people who say they do believe in God, that are supposed to be fellow Christians or whatever, there was an instance I was talking to somebody, right? And this is just an example why I say I can't trust people with a solid foundation, because I question people's relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to somebody and they was talking about having sex before getting married.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's nothing uncommon. Like we aren't virgins. Many Christians aren't. So it's that's nothing. The problem is when you're saying, I'm going to do it because I want to test the waters, this and that. Like, you're not. I'm like, where are you coming from with this? Like, you don't even agree that it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you didn't come from the same starting point that I came from. Like, if I'm going to have sex before marriage, I'm not going to make it seem like it's a prerequisite. Like, this is something I got to do.
Right.
Like, I'm like, if I'm having sex, like, I know it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to try to justify that in any way. But that's the solid foundation that I stand on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Yahushua is my solid foundation. Like, if you're Muslim and Islam, the teachers of Islam and everything, at least I know where you're coming from. I know that's your solid foundation.
Right.
Whether I agree with you or not, at least I know you have a solid foundation. You have something that you're coming from. People that don't have that,
Right.
like, they could just pull from their emotions at any given time, any situation.
Agreed.
Like, you could have a scenario today and they react a certain way with whatever justification if they was in an angry mood, and they had the same scenario tomorrow, and if they're happy, might react a whole different way. And you be like, well, yesterday you did this.
No shade, but I feel like some people do that anyway, even when they do have a solid foundation. But
they
at least
really?
you have a governing, like I get what
Yeah.
you're saying. Like you have a governing sort of law.
You have something to bring you back.
Yeah.
So even if you do have a solid foundation and you realize that this was different and it was wrong, at least you have something to tell you like, oh, yesterday is how I handled it correctly. Today I was wrong.
Right.
Somebody without a solid foundation would be like, well, yesterday was yesterday, today is today. It is what it is.
Yeah, I was having a whole conversation with a young lady in the shop. We were talking about belief in God, and she was just like, how you know there's a God? And we was like, and like one of the barbers was saying like, well, she used something that she used the sky as like a thing. She was like, how do you know that the sky is blue? How you know what blue is? And I was like, see, that's exactly why I can't be in relationship with somebody who does not have that foundation, because if you're questioning everything,
how do you know what your name is?
Exactly. Like,
how you know you're talking right now?
You go by that name. Exactly. Yeah. So how are we even having a debate? Yeah. So anyway, you have to stand on something in order for you to have a level of consistency with anything. There has to be something that you stand on.
Boom.
And I'd rather it be your 2 feet.
Yes.
10 toes down.
And even in relationships, like when you talk about consistency in relationships, do you have something? Did y'all lay any laws down in the beginning of the relationship or something to where you can go back to this and say, we said we was going to do this?
And I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But that's because I'm a reformer, so
yeah,
I do very well with rules. And if you tell me how a thing is supposed to go, then that's the way it's gonna go.
Yeah,
like we
what?
Like we don't have public bathrooms, right, at the shop, and so like, of course there are exceptions to every rule. So if a kid come in, like, can I go to the bathroom? No, we don't have any public restrooms. Like I have to recalibrate because I'd be ready to say no. The exception is that they're a child. Like a child isn't going to be able to hold it. Well, I have that grace for children.
Oh, so only thing people have to do is come in with a child like, can he use the bathroom? And they go going with them, and they really the one that got to use the bathroom.
Right. If that's the loophole that you want to. If that's the loophole that you want to.
Don't do that. People have integrity.
Yeah, I always think that. My first response is to think that people aren't going to be trash individuals. I don't automatically assume that a person is just going to use a child and bring them into the bathroom
nice
with them.
That's nice of you to believe that people are going to be good first.
Yeah, that's not my first thought, that they're trash.
Okay.
All right. Always so my first thought.
This episode is
love enough?
All right. Enough for what?
I guess to keep relationships together.
Are we talking specific relationships or any relationship, every relationship?
I think that we could talk about both. I mean, as human beings, is love enough to sustain relationships?
All right, let's do it.
So,
what do you think? Your honest answer.
My honest answer is no.
All right. My honest answer is no.
Right. But my spiritual answer is yes.
Yeah, if I'm going to go the Christian way, what I'm supposed to say is yes. Mm-hmm. But no, I don't believe that it is.
Yes.
I truly do not believe that love is enough.
Yeah, I think that love can never really be enough because of the fact that there are so many things that make us human, and a lot of us. So I asked my friend the other day, do you live in, I want you to answer this if you can. Do you live more in the past, the present, or the future?
The present.
So her answer was the past. And I think that it's fine to live in the present, right? I think that that's what essentially you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of us live in the past. And the reason why love is not enough is because a lot of the things that we are utilizing in our present is stuff from the past. And we don't allow for each day to have, a chance to be great.
Have its own day. To be a new day.
Own day. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say. I don't believe love is enough because I don't believe anybody operates off of the true definition of love.
If we did, love would be enough.
If we did. Mm-hmm. I don't even think, I'm not going to say we're not capable of it, but we're not capable of it 100% of the time.
Not in a fallen world and not having that original sin.
And so I'll say that love isn't enough because most of the time when you speak of love, many people are thinking of like feelings.
Yes, absolutely.
And
And it's not just feelings.
it's not just feelings at all.
They're like instructions.
It's a verb. Love is an action word. It's a
Yes,
verb.
I agree.
And so feelings
You do
are
love.
adjectives. Like angry, sad. That's an adjective. That's describing something.
Agreed.
Love doesn't describe. Love does.
Right.
So that's why I don't believe, because if we're going to go by the world's definition, there's no way it could be enough. Because
Because it's not, I don't think that there is a world definition, right? Like I think that all of us
that's why
have right. We have different reasons or different ways
varies.
of loving. Yeah. Then there's, I mean, if we think about even the fact that like in English, love is love, right? But in Latin and you know what I'm saying? Like in all the other languages, there are different types of love. There are different ways of expressing different types of love. So we're limited in that, but then we're also limited in the fact that like, again, like you said, it's a feeling for us. Like sometimes we think that love is when somebody argues with you because that's all my parents do. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if my man doesn't argue with me, then I don't really feel loved. Like I'm not really engaged, you know what I mean? Like I don't feel like he really cares because he's not arguing with me. He's not giving me any feedback. Some people it's gifts.
I've heard
Some
that
people
before.
I've heard that before too.
They say when women stop arguing back or whatever, when women stop arguing, the love is gone. Like they already checked out or something.
Do you know why?
I mean, I wouldn't.
Just
I
think
would
about
hope
our
that's not
episode of Love and Respect.
Yeah, because that's what y'all need.
If we're not saying anything, we're disconnected. We want connection. So if we cannot say something to you, we are not connected, and that's when the relationship is pretty much over. That's why I say when a woman's fed up,
the relationship is over. But I can still love you.
Yep.
So therefore,
love is easy for me.
Is it? How so?
But because not because of the spiritual definition of love.
All right, so give me the non-spiritual definition of love and why it's so easy for you.
Because for me, loving people involves me respecting them as human beings. Not trying to like purposely cause them any harm, having the best of intentions, like when I'm around them. Like I said, I may not like them, but I love them. And when I say that, I just mean, I don't have to agree with everything that you say and or do and so forth and so on. But I still have a level of reverence for you as a human being.
So what about people that have done you wrong?
I've loved on people that have done me wrong.
Is it easy to?
It's not easy at all.
No.
And it's also not easy to love people who don't love you.
Well,
like people who walk out of your life. It's not easy.
I feel like, I don't want to say the majority of people, but I feel like the majority of people in my life don't love me. But I still love them. But my understanding
according
is,
to what though?
They don't know how to love me. Exactly. According to what I believe love is.
Does yours align with what biblically it says that love is? Then nobody loves me.
Nobody
Not
loves
even
you? Oh, your mom doesn't even love you?
No.
Oh, well.
If we go on by that, it's an amazing definition of what love is, but I just don't feel like humanistically, like we are.
Pull it up. Let's go down a checklist.
Great that you told me to do so because it's already open. Love is patient.
Hold up. Because we're going to go down and let's write this down.
Love is patient.
Patient. All right. Come on. Keep going.
Oh, love is kind.
Kind.
It does not envy.
No envy.
It does not boast.
No boasting.
It is not proud.
Not proud.
It does not dishonor others.
Okay.
It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered.
Okay.
It keeps no record of wrongs.
Hold up. How many is that right there? Not easily angered. No record of wrongs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What else?
Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth.
All right.
It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres.
What else?
Love never fails. But
What
where
else?
there are prophecies, they will
That's
cease.
it.
Okay.
Never fails.
Yes.
All right, so where have I missed this at? I'm going to read down the line and you tell me where I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Patience, kind, no envy, no boasting, not proud, not dishonoring you, not selfish, not easily angered, no record of wrongs, no delight in evil, always protects, trusts, hope, and perseveres, and never fails. So where am I missing it at?
I don't want to keep record of wrong.
You funny. You funny.
I'm honest, so.
Oh, okay.
But no, I mean, but we have a, so here it is. This is the reason why I said that. It's not because you're currently any kind of way, because you are definitely falling underneath those definitions. But I'm just saying, in the vast majority of our, trajectory, right? Like the way in which our lives have gone, there's a lot of stuff that you have to learn along the way.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm learning how to do all of those things within my relationships. But I can't say that I've missed the ball or dropped the ball in some of those areas, depending on the day.
I'm not saying I'm the perfect lover. Like,
No.
I don't love everybody perfectly. Not at all.
But you definitely
I
check
do.
off most of that stuff.
I think I check off all of them.
Okay.
Not boasting.
Yeah.
But I'm just,
That's boasting.
it's not boasting.
Okay.
I do that by the Spirit of God. Like,
Okay.
because I want to. Like, I naturally don't envy people or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Kind.
But you don't believe
on.
that you're selfish, but somebody else might say that
Kind.
you are because you take that time to yourself. Like, remember you were talking about, your...
Oh, but I wasn't selfish when she was getting what she wanted, though. So.
Right. But I'm just saying somebody else might see that as being selfish.
And it's just not
Again,
true.
it's feelings.
It's just not true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I even love my enemies.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a long time to learn how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying like I'm sit here and I'm kind to them or anything. I'm saying I don't.
You don't harbor any hate.
I just don't. Yeah, it doesn't serve me.
That's me.
And
that's,
I pray for them. Like I ain't gonna lie. I pray once I seen Harriet Tubman do it in a movie. I was like, dang God, we could pray like that.
right.
And I was like, dang, nah, that's real. Because when I read the Old Testament, like they was really like asking God to destroy people. And she was like, kill him.
Yeah.
He said, God, kill him. If he ain't gonna repent, kill him. And I was like, that justifies it right there. I was like, God, if he ain't gonna repent, you know what to do with him. But nah, I be praying. I literally be praying for my enemies though. People that be having it out for me, treat me bad.
Yeah,
I pray for that because Mo taught me something. Well, he told me to pray for him. Like, man, just pray for him. That's all you can do. But it was revealed that when you pray for people who do you wrong, who spitefully use you or whatever, it'll change you.
Yeah.
So it'll change your perspective on them and everything. And that's the big part of it because they may never change.
Mm-hmm.
And so praying for them may just help you be able to deal with them.
What makes somebody your enemy?
I just said it. Like they want to despitefully use you.
They want to spitefully use you.
It's a despitefully, but whatever.
Despitefully.
Both of them, whatever despiteful is, despitefully, whatever. People who just got it out for you.
Right.
So put it like
are they
this.
active in that?
At work, you said, are they active? Oh, definitely.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to make sure I'm laying a foundation.
Oh, and not just that. People that just don't like you and they go out of their way to make life hard for you.
Got you.
That's my enemy.
Got
I
you.
mean, my enemy. It ain't. I understand it's not the person. It's the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we either love the person, hate the sin. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, most people don't know how to deal with the spirit behind a person.
Right.
And so, but let's get back to is love enough? Even though I could tie that in. So, I'm gonna say yes, it is. If like both parties could actually act out this version of love.
Right.
Like what we said.
That's the only way it's enough.
The only way. That's why I say it's not.
Do you think that it is possible though to be someone who, well, you said that you are, so never mind.
What? Be someone who what?
Who carries out love in all those ways.
Yeah, I believe it's possible. That's why he told us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be perfect all the time. Nobody's perfect. There's only one who walked this earth perfect, so it ain't none of us. But the grace in it is when you aren't operating in one of these, like his spirit reveals it to you, like you was dead wrong, or somebody will check you and like you was dead wrong. That's what that conviction I prayed for was set in. Like, man, you was wrong right there. Like, I know when I was wrong. If I said something to somebody like with an attitude, or even if I just felt some way about somebody, there's been times I apologized because I felt the way about somebody, and they might not even had known it or sensed it by the way I was acting, but I was like, man, you know what? I owe you an apology. I was wrong about this because I thought you, or I felt this way about you, and I was wrong.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, for me, I think that the reason why, it's not enough in a lot of relationships is because I don't even think that a lot of people even look at that.
Nah, not even Christian.
Like, they don't even, right. Like,
yeah.
It's not a rubric for them. It's like, it's in the Bible, but I mean, that's just something
like
that people say all the time.
Yeah. I think people just believe in God because it's just convenient.
I do too. And I think
Like,
it's a
good.
sense of belonging too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you believe in God? Me too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, now I belong. Now I feel better about myself.
I had a Christian girl ask me, like, how do I not have sex?
And what was your answer?
I knew she would. Her asking me that, I knew that she wasn't ready to receive what I was going to say.
Really?
Regardless of what I said. Yeah.
What if she was
because
genuinely
we was just
because maybe she wars in the spirit.
She wasn't saying it like that.
Oh, okay.
She was saying it like, I want to do this right now.
Oh.
Yeah, because we was up on the couch watching TV.
Oh.
Late night.
She was ready to go.
She was like, yeah. She's like, how do you not do it? Like, how do you? And I was just
this is a thing for you?
Like, this is real? It's men out here not having?
Yeah, I'm about to say, she probably just thought that, like, oh, that's weird. I've never met a man.
I had a girl, well, never mind. I ain't gonna say that.
I want to know.
I had a girl call me gay because I ain't touch her.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's, that's an inner issue, too. Like, it's funny that you would call me something because you feel away.
Yeah, but I don't think she was grounded. Like, so.
So when things like that happen, you just kind of like walk away from them. Like,
she ain't called me gay in that moment.
Oh, okay.
Then she called me gay the next day.
Oh, okay. What she said? Are you gay?
Nah, she didn't ask me. She called me gay. She's like, you gay? So I'm like, what? I'm like, how am I gay? It's like, what? How the hell am I gay? What are you talking
because
about?
It's so true that you would go all the way there and then deny her just because you needed to like be gay.
Just wanted to see if I had it.
Just
wanted to see if I had it.
Right.
Like, come on.
I just want to see if I can get it real quick, but I'm really gay, so like, I don't want to.
Yeah, but I'm not gay. They gonna try to soundbite this, cut that up. Not at all.
Yeah. People gonna think what they want to think.
But, and I also do think love will be enough if you was able to love yourself correctly.
Ooh, speak on that.
Because I don't think you can't love anybody else correctly if you can't even love yourself correctly.
Literally just had this conversation today about that. One of my clients, I was telling, because I told him, sometimes we can get into this very selfish sort of mode of like, I'm just going to love on me. I'm just going to do me and all this other stuff. But what I told him is, while you're in that mode, though, you still have to be able to give yourself away because you can't lose like while you're getting yourself together, while you're learning who you are, while you're learning how to love you, there's still a level of you giving yourself away that has to happen in order for you to be able to maintain relationships.
Yeah.
Because you can become so self-involved, so self-care, so, deep down into that whenever somebody comes along, you're so busy looking at yourself that you don't even notice. So where's the
balance? Because I'm the opposite of that. Mm-hmm. Like, so when I'm in a relationship, what I found in my last one is I'm trying to come to the end of myself so much thinking I'm doing the right thing. So I'm giving myself away more. And I'm literally like dying to myself more and more. And to the point where I got to, I was like, God, there's no way this could be it. Like, it's no way this is it.
Right.
And I wasn't tending to myself. I was tending to her.
Right.
And if you can't, that everybody use the airplane analogy. If plane going down, they tell you put the mask on yourself first, and then you can help others. And I feel that same way for every type of relationship, even romantic relationship. Like if you're not well, how are you going to effectively love on the person? And so
you're
how
saying,
do you
what's the
balance
balance?
that? Yeah.
So in my mind's eye, the way that I feel like you should balance it is by continuing to do those things that you did before. Okay, so in my last relationship, my whole thing was we're going to build something new together. But I can't do anything but be the person that I've always been now. Right. So as we get to know each other, like we're like, I can take this piece of wood from here. You can take your piece of wood. Like we're building this like new, for lack of better wording, like a new boat, say for instance. I may take pieces from my boat. You could take pieces from your boat or pieces from other places, but we're building something together. But one thing that I'll say is like, if I was getting massages, if I was going to, salons, if I was doing this, and the third, that's something that I have to maintain because that's something that I did to take care of me.
Self-care, yeah.
Exactly. But it doesn't mean that it's going to be threatening to this relationship. This is something that I've always maintained.
Yeah.
If you start to then lose the time in the salon, if you start to then lose, the massages and all that stuff, if you put that stuff to the side, then you're that you're losing that balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think
you
that's
have
what I
to,
did.
yeah.
I definitely started to lose myself. I don't think I've took one of my night rides
ever
once in that relationship.
And you have to. Your night rides are important to who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's me. Like my thing is I'm introducing you into my life and vice versa. And we don't try to find out if it fits. Sometimes it just don't fit.
Yeah.
Right. And then that to me, I feel like that's important to know in the beginning, like as close to the beginning as possible, because otherwise, like you start getting all these feelings, everything starts piling on, and then it becomes harder to break.
Yeah.
To make a clean break, but yeah, that's something. Yeah, I would definitely take a look at that when you get into another relationship. Definitely,
Oh, no
are
rush.
you are you doing the same things that you did before?
Nah, I'm conscious of it now. So,
and I don't mean that some things
know.
won't fall to the wayside, right? Like it's certain things that I just, because I'm feeling a lot of my time with getting to know this man. I'm obviously not going to be doing all of the things that I was doing before, but it's just certain things that I feel like.
But what's essential to loving yourself? Those things.
The things that you cannot, like, you really cannot go without. Like your night rides for you.
Yeah.
For me, I have to have a day or some time to kind of like debrief from the week because I'm constantly talking to people all day.
Yeah.
So even if that's
And
like a Saturday
feet.
evening, right?
Yeah.
I just kind of want to like chill. Like we don't have to have any real deep conversations. We could watch movies. We could do something, but I just need to kind of have that time. And sometimes I want to do it by myself. But I like to let people know like it's not an issue with you. Like I don't have a problem with who you are.
It's just you. It's what
right.
you need.
This is something that I've always done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's me.
Yeah. I think you have to have that conversation though.
That's me.
But that's interesting.
What?
That you gave that all up.
I told you I'd be
love bombing.
No.
Love bomber.
I don't love bomb.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Just
No, I'm not. But I told you I'd just be
full steam ahead.
Yeah. All on you.
Do you think? I think that's it. I think that a lot of men are that way though.
Yeah, I think we are.
Yeah, like you can't help it, and I wonder how
when it's true, when we're true to the relationship, because some men just be in relationships just for the sake of she
whatever
wanted to be in a
out
relationship and then still be cheating and doing whatever else. I'm talking about good men though, fellas. I mean, ladies. I'm talking about good men. Men who actually want to be in relationships, like progressive relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I think we do, like many of us, lose ourselves in the sense of not caring for ourselves like we should in order to really be effective.
That happened to me.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, just because you're the type of woman who doesn't require that from a man doesn't mean that the man isn't going to, like, I had a conversation about that even when it pertains to my stepdad, and just like how he would have times where he's conflicting in his mind or warring with himself because he wants to make my mother happy.
Yeah.
And it's like, but when is it okay for you to relax or whatever, and then or have a conversation with your wife so that you can make an informed decision, because maybe she's not pressed about whatever it is that you're pressed for. Like, let's talk about it. You don't care? Oh, okay, cool. Well, then now I can make a decision.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. But I feel like a lot of times, and I definitely asked my ex this, like, so when do you all sit with yourselves and ask yourself, like, why am I causing this to be such a huge thing? And do I realize that, like, my woman is not asking me to do that at all? This is literally all coming from me.
I mean, so it's tough because y'all do want stuff from us that y'all don't ask.
Mm-hmm. And y'all are trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so it's like a hit or miss for us. And so we don't want it to be a miss or miss. Like, we're not doing it and then we miss. I'd rather like swing and miss.
Have you ever had any of those situations though where the woman said, "I've been telling you," and you're still not doing it?
I probably have. I can't remember just off top.
And only reason why I bring that up is because I feel like that's often what happens. And I know that it has a lot to do with like y'all like really, like, I don't think y'all hear us a lot of times.
Was it plain?
I don't know. For me, I think that that's the reason why I can speak to men in kind of like this sort of remedial tone, is because a lot of times I feel like if it's not black and white, then y'all don't hear it. Like, I can't give you that like sort of puff pastry way of saying anything because it's going to go above your head. Like, what are you trying to say?
Yeah, just say it. Mm-hmm. I'm very literal. Mm-hmm. But a lot of men aren't.
No.
Like, we might be black and white, but a lot of men aren't literal. I'm very literal.
Mm-hmm.
So if you tell me something, you tell me the exact thing. Because if I improvise or I do something else thinking that this is going to be good or better or whatever, and you give me something back for that, you like, I'm never going to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, you tell me exactly what you want, and that's what I'm going to get you, or that's what I'm going to do.
But that's so crazy to me because my things, God bless you, my thing is twice.
Yeah, 2 of them. My
thing is with that, if I were, okay, I'm just going to make something so basic. Remember the SOP? They said you go and get food and like you know I like sauce, so you need to get sauce.
Yeah.
If I come back, if we're newly in a relationship, if I come back and I get Chick-fil-A and I have no sauces, now mind you, I don't know why anybody would ever go to Chick-fil-A without getting sauce. Honestly, like their food, but the sauces really like make it sing, right?
Yeah.
But if I go to Chick-fil-A and I don't get any sauces and I bring it to you and you're like, well, you ain't get no sauce? Then I'm not going to never bring you Chick-fil-A again. It's just to say, like, the next time we go, I'm going to bring
sauces.
Exactly. But you're saying that, like, if I miss, then, and like you make it a big deal out of it, like I'm never going to try that again.
No, not like that. That's an easy one.
Okay.
Not like that. If you say you didn't bring no sauces, now I know to never come back without sauces.
Right.
But even if you ain't bring, but if the next time I bring back sauces, like I get the Polynesian, the Chick-fil-A sauce, everything, and you be like, you ain't get no ketchup? You take your ass to Chick-fil-A now. I'm like, okay.
Yes, but did you see how like how I did you today?
What?
I already told you those things, but I said it again. That's how I am in a relationship.
I see.
I am not. I don't leave anything to your imagination. But see, I've heard men tell me that they don't like that though. I've heard a guy tell me, like, so let's another example, the honey-do list. So one time I gave my boyfriend at the time a honey-do list, and it was materials that you needed for everything on the honey-do list.
Yeah.
So it was like I wanted him to install the toilet seat. I wanted him to put a bulb in the garage, and I wanted him something else. But everything that he needed, I had laid out for him.
Yeah.
So this guy was like, "Did you really have to like lay it out for him? Like he was slow, like why he couldn't just like get the materials and stuff?" Exactly. And I said, if somebody has the opportunity to help you, I don't see why that's a problem. And he was like, well, for men, we would like, if I tell you I'm gonna do something, like I want you to believe that I have the wits to get the stuff that I need to do it. And I said, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
He had the opportunity to do all of that stuff because I had asked him before. And he did not do it.
Boom. So I'm not that guy.
I know.
It's funny because when you said that, it made me think of E.T.
What
It's
he
this
say?
hilarious story. He said he was with his wife, right? And they was driving somewhere. They somewhere in Detroit. And they was going somewhere, and he knows how to get there. And he said, I hate when my wife tells me, like, turn here. Like, I don't know how to get there. He said, so I put the blinker on like a mile ahead. He's like, turn the music down so she can hear it and everything. And she's still like, Eric, turn left up here.
Oh my
He said,
gosh.
yeah.
That is annoying,
He
though.
get upset. He's like, he got upset. And God was like, did you miss the turn before? That's why she doing that.
Yeah.
He like, look, man, we done been here several times. I know how to get here now. But he had to humble himself because it's like you're saying, if you messed up before, she has the right.
Yeah.
And
That's
wasn't she supposed to let you pass the turn?
Exactly.
And then yeah.
That was my whole thing. Like, if you've told me that you're going to do something, like, okay, so he also was very big about, like, me not going to nobody else to get the job done, right? Don't go to any other man. So if my light is out in my bathroom, like, I'm just supposed to be washing my ass with in a dark bathroom, like,
until he could change it, which probably won't be till next Thursday.
Or whenever he.
Yeah, he gonna like, why you ain't just use another bathroom? Yeah, let
That's
go of
sick
that
to
insecure
me.
man. Yeah,
That's sick to me.
Yeah.
But, again, it's just, for me, I just feel like I was just trying to be of assistance.
I have absolutely no. I will tell you, like, if you be like, this is the honey, I need you to do this or whatever. I will. If I look at the list and I don't know something, I'm like, hey, look, which mayonnaise do you want me to get?
See, yes,
Like,
I told you what happened with my stepdad.
Yeah.
I don't do that no more either. See, I learned all of these things just observing men,
Look,
and that's
I'm
honestly what we
telling
have
you.
to do. Like,
Look, I told, it was funny at the church anniversary cookout. They sent me to get something I forgot. They sent me to get something for the cookout, and I was like, look, I never even heard of that. I don't even know what that is.
right?
They was like, you don't know, just such and such, and they spelled it. I was like, no, look, send me a picture
Yep.
of what you want me to get.
That's how you
Like,
supposed to do.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
But see, that's what I mean by, like, you even calibrating, like, when you're in a relationship, you are not going to do it right the first time.
Yeah.
But you keep trying to learn your woman. Like, you don't have to. You trying to go into these deep dives and trying to figure out, like, how you can make your way without having the light on and all this other stuff. Sometimes it's as simple as just asking the question. Like, if you are with a woman who's giving you the roundabout way of saying anything, then, like, that may not be the woman for you. You need
Definitely
somebody
not.
who's going to give you the straight up, like, black and white answer.
Yep.
Which I am. Like, I'm one of those people. I'm not going to leave anything to your, imagination because, again, I've been burned. I was telling AJ that one time I was cooking when I was in college. I was cooking and I asked my stepdad to go to the store, and I had a good, nice little round list, like, like, of items that I really needed. So I'm pressed, like, I'm, for some reason, right? Because it doesn't make any sense because everybody uses different stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm pressed that he's gonna come back and I'm gonna have my items I can cook. Da 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 da.
Utter disappointment.
Bruh, he came back with milk that said milk, cheese that said cheese.
You said get milk and cheese, right?
Exactly, and I was like, no, like, no. And so I had to go back to the store because
get
he
what
got
you
me.
needed.
Yeah. But I learned that lesson. So after that, after me being so hyped about, like, getting what I need to, like, on, like, Lando Lakes, like, I would take a picture of it. I give the size.
This gets this.
Yes.
Exactly
if I know
this.
it, I'll give the aisle. Like, if I know you
32
going
ounce.
to Wegmans, aisle 3.
You know the
You'll
aisles
find
too?
it at the bottom. Sometimes I do. It depends on if it's something that I get all
Often.
the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not leaving much to your imagination because
That
of
I can appreciate. And if I do already know, I'd be like, hey, look, I got it. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Like, I remember now. I know.
But that's the stuff that makes us feel really good is when y'all do remember something like that. Like, it don't have to be the long list, right? Because we as women, we do have a laundry list of things that we like and don't like and how we feel about stuff because we're all emotional and all that other stuff.
And then it
But if you
changes.
just remember one day, like, she liked the smoothies from whatever. I'm going to bring
Koi.
her a smoothie. Yeah.
Yeah. Or however you say it.
What'd you say,
Koala.
Koya?
I don't
Not
know.
koala.
I don't know.
But she liked the smoothies from there. So you in the aisle, grab one of them joints. Like, I love that. Like, I think that's so sweet. Like, that you were even thinking about me.
Dang. I forgot.
AJ bought me a cake yesterday.
Nah,
No,
I
day
meant to
before
bring you a
yesterday.
Snickers ice cream today. I
Oh,
don't
it's
know if you-
fine.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have that right now anyway.
All right.
But I wouldn't have said nothing if you bought it to me. I'd have been like, thanks.
Nah, but see, you see what just happened in my mind? It's like, I probably shouldn't have that anyway. That's going to stick in my mind the next time I think to bring you a Snickers. And then be like,
I said probably, though. I just said probably. Anyway, he bought me a cake. A whole cake.
You saying it like it's
favorite.
a whole, it's not a whole cake. She's saying a whole cake like it's a freaking, it's not. It's a little personal.
Yeah.
Personal pie.
It's like that big.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat it all.
It's your favorite?
Well, it's my favorite sweet potato cake.
How many other sweet potato cakes you had?
I've had other sweet potato cakes.
Oh,
One of my clients makes
right.
sweet potato cakes, and yours is really, really good. Her name is Latanya. Shout out to her. They're really, really good, but I do like that one probably the most. Well, her just cupcakes are really good.
You don't have to. They're good.
I'm not, but I'm just saying.
They're
don't
good.
Try to underestimate the fact that I like that sweet potato cake. Okay, thanks.
All right, I wasn't where I was at with it, but okay. All right, but love being enough.
Yes.
This is my main reason for love not being enough.
What is it?
Because I'm going to love you because I'm supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know just as a man of God, like, it is my job, like, here on earth to love you. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean we have to work in a romantic relationship, though, or intimate relationship, business relationship, whatever. I'm going to love you just because I know that in order for me to be right with God, that's what I'm supposed to do. Mm-hmm. Period.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in agreement of that. Like, I think, yeah, I think that's what I mean when I talk about that reverence too. Just, you know, like, you really don't have to do anything for me in order for me to love you.
Yeah.
But you can do lots of things for me to not like you.
Right. So what is enough?
Ooh, that's good. I asked my client this today, and she said something about living a life of service. Like, if both of you guys, if y'all are, and if you're in a relationship and you all both live a life of servitude
towards each other,
then that could possibly.
You know, I always said that theoretically, but I don't even think that's enough.
I don't either, because I think some people are servants and they keep record of everything that they do. Well, because they don't do it purely. Like,
I used to always say, if y'all are looking out for each other, if y'all spend the time looking out for each other's best interest, the relationship could work. I still don't, right now I don't even feel like that's enough.
And why is that?
Because we look out for each other's best interests. Like, I do. Me and AJ look out for each other's best interests. And granted, we are good friends, very good friends. Me, you, and me and AJ, very good friends. But it still doesn't mean, in regards to like a romantic relationship or whatever, or like a marriage, like a significant other relationship, I think you can still appreciate that, but it doesn't mean y'all will have like a love connection or something. Like, the connection to say that this is who I want to spend the rest of my life with.
Gotcha. But it was like in that video that you were showing me, it was that triangle, and the triangle had, what were the three? I know remember. Passion was one of them, right?
Yeah.
And it said if you don't have the passion, then you could be really good friends with somebody. Yeah. And I think that's kind of like what we have. Like, if you're not passionate about that person, so maybe passion along with servitude and along with love. What do you think? Is that a good cocktail?
Yeah, I guess so. But even that, well, I don't know. I don't think I understand. I ain't gonna say I don't understand it. I think I don't grasp the whole passion.
Okay.
All of what passion entails.
Why is that?
I don't know, because I feel like it has a lot of feeling in it also.
It is feeling. I think the passion is purely the feeling part.
So,
which is why
that's why I don't go off of it, because they come, they go, they fade, and you can build it back up.
Yeah, I don't think I'm passionate about a lot of people though.
But do you want to be passionate about it? That's why.
Yeah.
So see, so when I'm in a relationship, I want to be passionate about somebody, and so I cater to that part of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand that. So, what would be the difference between passion and connection? Because I think I equate connection with passion. Like, there are a lot of people, it's not, I don't think it's the same in a sense of it being synonymous, but I just equate it with that when it becomes to my romantic relationships. Because I think a lot of my platonic relationships, I believe that there is a connection, but there really is no passion.
Yeah.
So
but
do
you
you
don't
think that
want
there's
it either.
right? So so you're
So-
saying if you don't want passion,
Yeah.
then you can literally
It's not going to exist.
turn turn the switch off and like don't
Yeah.
even.
Like if you're not, there's no, so yeah, well, for me, there's no woman that I've been passionate about that I haven't been in a relationship with.
Okay, I got it.
So, because if I'm going to, I don't know the word to use. Like, that's an awkward feeling. I think that's on the lines of like stalkerish, like stay away from me, nigga. If you passionate about somebody and
They're not feeling that the same way.
yeah, it's like, so I refuse to be that dude from Players Club.
That follows her to the What was his name?
I can't remember. It was
I
some
can't
funny
think of his
name.
name, but he was such
Yeah.
a creep.
Exactly. That's what that is. Creep. That's the word. Creep. I
Yeah,
do
he was
not.
a creep.
Yeah. If somebody's passionate about you and you're not about them, like, why are you passionate about me?
But it's that double standard we talking about. Because I was trying to think if it was
What?
the same way for a woman, like if she's passionate about
That's
a man.
creepy to me too.
I think so too. I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
experienced that, like where I was passionate about a man who just was not like at all like feeling me.
Like, how could you be?
Right.
Like, for me to be passionate about you, there definitely has to be that connection. I definitely have to feel the love. I think that's what like kind of sparks it. That's what kind of gives it that ignites it. And then you feed it. I don't believe you could feed my passion.
Right.
But once you spark something in me, I feed that more and more with the ideas that I tell myself and everything. And when I have these feelings, I don't like address them or try to dampen them down anything. I let it go and let it have its way.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that.
What you gonna look up a definition or something? What you gonna?
No. Just like finding out, like as far as me, like trends and things like that. There's the relationships that I've been in, and like just as far as like passion is concerned,
What
because I
brought
do
that
feel like
passion
that
about?
makes I do feel like that makes the difference between being in a platonic relationship
Definitely.
and
And being in a romantic relationship.
right. Like if you
I don't
don't
like using
have
the word
that,
romantic.
it's just not. You don't. What do you like?
I don't
using?
know because I use it because I can't think of another word to use.
Right.
I'll say a significant other relationship.
Yeah. No.
It don't hit the same.
It don't.
I think it does. It's just too many. It's too many vowels. I mean, too many syllables.
Too many syllables.
Too many syllables. Yeah.
Significant other relationship.
It's too many words.
Yeah, it's too many words. Okay, so going back to just bringing it back, you were saying that love. You're saying that love is enough if those two people. No. You're saying that it has to be coupled with other things, basically.
I say the love is enough if both partners
Yeah.
can effectively love themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That way they can effectively love each other. And all of what love is.
And according
Yeah.
to the Bible.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was gonna say
even outside of the Bible. So
Okay.
if we shared the same definition of love,
right, which is very rare, right?
which is rare, yeah. But if we both shared the same definition of love and we both can embody it towards each other, I think it would be enough also.
So how do you think the love languages fall into play in this conversation? Do you think you should just like know how to speak all of them and know how to receive all of them?
I don't even know. To be honest, like I'm not gonna say I'm not big on the love languages. I pay attention to it because now that I'm aware of it. Sometimes I wish I wasn't. Because you see marriages, like I look at Anwar parents, right? And they've been together probably longer than
Anybody we know?
2 of my lives.
Right,
yeah.
right.
So I know they've been together for like 50 years, something like that. Probably longer than that. I'm pretty sure it's longer than that. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't just the love that they had for each other that kept them together. But that love was always there, and they was always dedicated to each other and everything, right? And I'm pretty sure, like, when they was in their 20s and 30s, they wasn't, what's your love language? Oh,
No, not at all.
Nah, just through time, you figure it out.
Yeah, and I feel like it changes
It does.
because we're oft evolving. Yeah.
And so, and I don't want to, because I know how I think. That's why I'm like, I wish I never came across that, because I know how I think. You tell me your love language is acts of service. Like that's what I will be tuned into contributing to. Like I want to do this for her, do this for her, do this for her. I know this is what she appreciates. Mm-hmm. If you tell me your love language is words of affirmation or something, then I'm always verbally affirming you. But sometimes it's not just one, or it's not just two.
That's what I'm saying. So you should know how to speak all of them.
Knowing your partner. Yeah, like don't even tell me what your love language is. Just let me find out you. Just let me find you.
I think that's interesting perspective. Yeah. Whereas with me, I'm just like, I'd love to know it, but I'd like to speak them all for you.
I would just like to speak. Just speak them all.
Have you ever been in love?
I don't know. I don't believe in love. Like I said, I think that's just like you're infatuated. Mm-hmm. I think that's all that in love is.
So have you ever been in a romantic situation, where you felt differently than any of the others?
Yeah, my first. Well, I don't know if she was my first, but
your first love, or the first person you had sex with?
Nah, my ex.
My first.
Not because I was about to say like my first girlfriend.
Oh, your first girlfriend.
She's not my first girlfriend technically.
Oh, okay, but the one you count.
The one I count.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that was a thing for you.
What?
The one you count.
The one that. Well, I can't even say that, but I don't know. Well, we weren't even together long, but I think that's because she was my first girlfriend in Christ. I'll say that.
Okay.
While I was walking with God.
Okay.
That was it. And I think it's only because I was already looking for something. Like I'm preparing for my wife. I'm looking for my wife. So I treat her like that.
Oh.
And so I think that was the first person that I ever was like thinking about forever with.
Okay.
And so I had already went there. Mm-hmm. And so I felt the way about her that I felt about no other girl in my life.
I got it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting too. Like when it was all about your positioning.
Yeah.
More than it was about where she was or how that relationship went. But you know that you gave it 100%.
For the time being.
While I what could. You had. Yeah. Because you can't give what you don't have.
Right. So.
Okay. So with that being said, like, how did you? Did you speak the spiritual love to her, or was it more so like you gave her what you knew based off of like the way that you felt loved?
So her love language was like gifts. Her love language is gifts. Mm-hmm. So she was materialistic. Mm-hmm. I wasn't giving her that.
Okay.
But we was still working though. Mm-hmm. Like her not getting that from me was not like a deal breaker or anything from us. She still appreciated other things about me.
Did that make you like her more, that she wasn't writing you off because you didn't?
I wasn't even. So she was the type of girl that I didn't want.
Okay.
Like I didn't want a materialistic girl. Like I did not like. What really attracted me to her was her modesty. And that's just something that you don't see all the time. Like she's real down to earth. She like not from the bougie part of town or anything. So she's still a little hood girl, got some hood in her. She not a hood girl, but she understands like the hood.
Yeah.
And so she knows how to move out here. She understands. I remember one time when a certain situation happened and the police was at my apartment. Like I was mad at her, but I was kind of proud at the same time because I told her to stay in the apartment, and she didn't stay in. While I was outside talking to the police, she came out, and I'm like, "Why you leave? Why you come out?" And so they asked her, "Do you know this guy?" And she like, "Yeah, that's my boyfriend." And when they asked me, "Do I know?" I said, "Nah, I don't know her." Cause I ain't want them to go over there. Yeah. I get her in trouble, but I ain't want them to go over there and bother her or anything. So I was like, "Nah, I don't know her." And so when they go ask her, she's like, yeah, that's my boyfriend. And while she walking, they asking the question and everything. She get in the car, and they told her to hold on. And they come walking over to me, and she pulled off. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. I was like, that's what I'm talking about right there. Like, so it kind of made, but just that, it shows me like she knows how to maneuver out here in the world, like where it comes from. When it comes to where I'm from, like she'll understand certain ways that I move because she understands that life. Okay. And she was on her like grown up stuff, trying to move forward in life, doing what needs to be done and everything. So that's really what attracted. And she was modest. Like she knew how to dress, and it wasn't like boobs 3/4 of the way out, super tight pants with no drawers on nothing. And she looked nice, and it was real modest. And I was like, dang, I like that. And so that's just really what attracted me to her. And then our experience together just took it to another level. Okay. But she was somebody that I was like, she was way too materialistic for me, and I'm so turned off by that. Like you wanna, I'm not into the women with the, what's the name of the bags and all that, red bottom shoes and the
Louis and
whatever the freaking
Birkins.
$3,000, $5,000 bags and all that. I'm not into that at all. And so that kind of threw me off. But then when we really got together and everything, the fact that I wasn't getting her that stuff wasn't a bad thing to her. So I mean, I don't know.
Cool.
Do you find yourself tending to your significant other's love language?
Definitely.
Like intentionally? Like you found out what their love language was and...
No, I think I speak all of them.
Just naturally?
Yeah. I'm just, I like
told you different.
Well,
you're a cheat code.
It's not even that, but I think some people feel like they know
you're
themselves.
You're like the LeBron James of love.
No, not at all.
You're a cheater.
No.
No, you're right. You're not the LeBron James. You're like the Lisa Leslie of love. Like, you're a cheater. Ain't no way you just naturally speak all love languages.
No, but it's not that. It's not that I naturally speak them. It's just that I feel like that's something that I am very aware of. Yeah. Like, I know everybody doesn't receive them. See, even me. I told my friend the other day that I govern my life based on the way that I am. Like, it's... So my love language
right?
changes. Oh. Well, yeah, but some people usually don't. Like, so, okay, this is what I mean by that, because I want to make sure that I'm very clear. If I know that my love language changes often, then me speaking one is not going to cut it. I like when like all of them are spoken to me. Obviously, there are some that are going to be higher than others. Yeah. And it almost could depend on the day, really, right? If there's a day where I feel overwhelmed by work, acts of service may be, at the top that if I take the primary test.
Right.
Yes, but then if it's a day where I'm like feeling like really, really randy, like I'm ready to go, like I want somebody to, boom, 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 even though like my flesh is weak, basically, then physical touch might be at the top. Or a day that I just be feeling like, most men. But what?
I mean, probably so. I don't know.
Exactly. Come on now. But I think because of the fact that I am that way, I just assume that could be the same thing for others, even if they don't know that that's the case. So that's what I mean by that. Like, if I don't like something, like if I don't like when people yell at me, I don't yell at other people. That's not my thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what I meant by that. But that's the reason why I speak a lot of the love languages, or as much as I can. So like with my last guy, I was like, gifts. I would give him gifts, physical touch. Now he wanted all the physical touch, and that's what he's expressed to me. Yeah. But one thing I noticed about me is I'm not capable of giving you physical touch if I'm not connected to you. Yeah. And I felt disconnected. So, and it's something I expressed to him, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't finna get touched on if I'm feeling like chopped liver, if I'm over here like fending for myself.
That's the part of love, like still doing.
Exactly. Right. That's why I didn't tell you that I speak all of that stuff. I did not say that. That was you. I sure didn't. When you said it, I just got very quiet because I am not an expert on it. And, it's something that I strive for, but I'm just not there. But yeah, I try to speak all the love languages.
It's understandable. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. I'm not even gonna look into it. I'm gonna put that to the side.
What?
The love languages thing.
Why?
Because I just don't. Because how my mind operates, I just don't want to focus on that. Like.
Mm-hmm. But then you said that you're literal too. Yeah. So your mind, like I'm really understanding that about you, is that your mind literally, like if you give something to you, then you're going to fixate on that thing because that person told you what it was. So you're not thinking about like,
That's why I don't
outside
wanna
of the
do it.
lines. You're thinking of inside the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of like constricts you. Whereas when I said it, I was saying, well, it's possible that all you have ever experienced was gifts. So I'm going to try words of affirmation today because, I mean, there are 365 days in this year. I'm not going to just be giving you gifts every single day.
So that's why I said don't even tell me. Because you don't even know.
It's not, no, some people do know.
I mean, they know what it is right now. Mm-hmm. But you don't know what it's going to be tomorrow.
Right.
So don't even, just let me figure you out.
But that's why I'm like, it's possible for somebody to tell you, but you still speak all the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't fixate on it. But you just like, don't tell me.
Just don't tell me. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can respect.
Like, but I want you to know my love language is this. I'm like, all right, I told you. I tried to tell you. Yeah, but nah.
Yeah. Well, come see, come saw. I feel like
I'm just
feel
joking.
like you could
I'm not stupid.
still speak them all in both scenarios.
I'm not
just
stupid.
Still speak it. Yeah.
Yeah, I could. I still just rather not tell me though.
Okay. Well, my love languages are. You speak all the love languages to me.
Maybe.
You do.
And see, and I forgot yours. I don't.
Because I remember I told you I have two that grapple. That I'm constantly.
No, don't tell me. It's good.
That constantly are like, no.
They fight for first place.
Yes.
Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember where they are.
And
I know.
then
I do.
I'm
lying. I do remember where they
There's
are.
one that's like creeping on the come up too. That I was like, me? I'm starting to like that. Like I realized
gifts?
that in my life. Yes, I like gifts,
I know.
and I just didn't realize like how much I like gifts.
Yeah.
But again, I'm older now.
You're a
when
techie
I was
girl
younger,
too, though.
huh?
Like, you're a techie girl.
I am, but also
Right.
I think I like that people think about me and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I didn't like flowers when I was in my 20s. I thought that was a waste of time. Like, why are you bringing me flowers? They're going to die.
Like flowers now?
I do.
Oh. I'm not going to bring you none. I was just asking.
That's fine. No, it's fine that you don't bring me flowers. Because I realized, too, that, like, I don't always want flowers either. Yeah. So, again.
I gave you flowers before, didn't I?
Yes. That's what you speak out the love languages. But that's how you're supposed to do. Again, you've known somebody for years. There's no way that you're just going to speak one love language. Like, only time that I love on you is when.
Oh, of course not.
Time. Yeah.
Of course not.
So you switch it up. Like today, I'm going to affirm you. You look beautiful today.
That's my other love language, too.
Affirmations?
Hell no.
What? Quality time?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought, because I said affirm, and you came in, I thought that you were saying affirmations. I was like, oh, that's different. That's new.
Yes. I don't think that'll ever be it for me.
Affirmation?
That's like
because you always shoot down a compliment, honey.
Yeah, and I really don't.
You don't know how to take them.
I don't want to say I don't care, but
you don't know how to take them either.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's been we'll talk about that after the podcast.
Okay.
But what else we got?
That's all I have for today. I didn't have anything else. I think that just to wrap it up, that what I heard you say was that love is just not enough.
Love is
so
not
the answer
enough.
is no.
Because you're
and if
always
anybody
missing.
has any compelling argument that affirms that love is enough, then please let us know. Let's argue. I'm with it. I want to hear all the perspectives. I want all the smoke.
Oh yeah, you remember on the other podcast we had the argument about marrying for love.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll never marry for love. Like,
yeah.
That ain't because it's not enough.
Because it's not enough, right? And that just makes
straight
sense.
to the point. Yeah. But y'all tell us, do you think love is enough? Is love enough for you to sustain a relationship?
Did you have anything else that you wanted to go to the topics jar?
No.
All right. Topics jar it is.
Go to the topic jar. Goodness gracious. That's our Jeopardy music. Oh, you did that wrong. You did that completely. You did that wrong. Did we do this?
Nope.
Why is this? All these weird. Was this on the list?
Yeah.
I'm about to pick another one.
Okay. Trash it. I'll tell you why we're trashing this.
Why?
Later.
Why?
I'll tell you later after the podcast.
All right. You just gonna trash it permanently?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All I care.
Ooh.
Oh, that's good.
That is
It ties
right
into this one.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Self-love. Can it ever be toxic?
Boom. All right, so you guys can send us an email at deepskydivingpodcast@gmail.com.
Gmail.
You can also reach us on our social media platforms, which are
Deep Skydiving Podcast, TikTok and Instagram.
and also
Every podcast platform,
all
wherever
of
you
them.
listen to your favorite podcast, you can find us. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, on your Anchor. Somebody just hit me not somebody, some podcast platform emailed us today and said, claim your podcast on this platform. So he said either you or somebody requested your podcast on this platform or something like that.
It wasn't me.
And so I had to go on it and claim it.
Oh, dope. It wasn't
Yeah.
me though.
It was dope. We thank y'all for listening though.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
For real. Like anything like y'all might have questions about or anything y'all want to know. What is this episode? Is this
8.
episode 8? Okay, cool. We had something
Ocho.
cool to go with episode 10. But we just appreciate the support, man. Like
Definitely.
man, like y'all don't even know, just even having these conversations, like even if nobody's watching, like I'm learning so many things from you. I'm learning so many things about relationship. I'm learning so many things that I've done in error.
Yeah.
So many things that I can take into, my next relationship.
And likewise.
Yeah. So yeah, we just want to promote, that godly love, y'all, and that we at the end of the day we make it work.
That's it. Make it work.
All right, y'all. Well, we love y'all and thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
Peace.
Holla.